Maths to class, I'm Sajin Sharma, your mathematics teacher. I hope you will be fine and safe at home and utilizing your time by learning new things. Okay, I'm sure you must have observed what's happening around us. So we have decided not to make it a hurdle in your studies. Yes, we are taking our classes online so that your syllabus can be completed in time. We think each of the chapter of your syllabus is very important because it makes a great foundation for your career. But you don't have to worry about it because we will be clearing all the topics and chapters of your syllabus. These online classes will be followed by some worksheet, and this worksheet will be sent to you on your WhatsApp. You have to complete this worksheet and send back to us so that we can evaluate them. I hope you have understood the concept. And apart from this, if we talk about our fun activities and personality development classes, they will be resumed after our offline classes get started. Till then, keep acquiring knowledge from these classes. So now let's move to today's our topic. As we know that maths is all about numbers. Today we are going to learn about a group of numbers. Yes, we have already learned two type of group in our previous classes, but today we are going to learn about third type of group in our today's topic. So the two type of group we have already learned in our previous classes are natural numbers and whole number. So what are natural number and whole numbers? Let's take a quick review of them. Natural numbers. Numbers that start from 1 are called natural numbers. They are also called counting numbers. Why do we call them counting numbers? Because our counting start from 1 naturally. Okay, here I have represented some natural number on the number line from 1 to 10. But remember that our natural number start from 1 and goes up to infinity. Okay, what are whole numbers? Whole numbers are the combination of natural number and a 0. That means if I include a 0 in the set of natural numbers, then it becomes a set of whole numbers. So these two group of number we have already learned in our previous classes. So today we are going to learn our third group of number, that is integers. In today's video, the topic we are going to cover: introduction, absolute value, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of integers. So to understand integers, let's take an example of lift. I'm sure you all must have seen it in malls and buildings. Here, suppose we are representing ground floor by 0 and I want to go on first floor, then the lift will show me 1. In the same way, if I want to go on the second floor, lift will show me 2 and so on. Okay, now if I want to come downward direction from third floor to 1, then lift will show me, yes, if I am coming to second floor, it will show me 2, and if I am coming to 1, it will show me 1, and if I am coming to ground floor, it will show me 0 or G. Okay, now what if I want to come more downward direction? That means if I want to come in basement or in parking, then what number I will use here? Yes, here I will use the same number which I have used for going upward direction, but they will be in negative form. Okay, that means I will be using negative form of all the natural numbers here. So if I want to come in basement or in parking, so first parking will represented by -1 and second parking will be represented by -2. Okay, so I hope you have understood what are integers and why do we need it. Integers are the combination of whole numbers and negatives of natural numbers in the number system. It is denoted by symbol Z. Okay, that means if we take our whole set of whole numbers and include all the negatives of natural number, it becomes a set of integers. Present them on the number line. 0 will be on the middle, and right side of the 0 there will be all positive integers, and left side of the 0 there will be all negative integers. There are some important properties of integer and you must know about them. The first property is number to the right is always greater than number to the left. Yes, that means if 8 is on the right of 6, that means 8 is greater than 6. 11 is right on the 10, that means 11 is greater than 10. Okay, so what is the second property? All the positive integers are greater than negative integers. Why? Because all the positive integers are on the right side of the negative integer. That's why all the positive integers are greater than negative integers. Third property is all positive integers are less than 0. all negative integers are less than 0 and all positive integers are greater than 0. So why? Because all the negative integers are on the left side of 0 and all the positive integers are on the right side of the 0. That's why they are greater than 0, and that's why all the negative integers are less than 0. Fourth property is 0 is neither positive nor negative. Yes, you have to always remember that 0 is neither positive nor negative. Okay. Remember, if you don't see a negative or positive sign in front of a number, then it is a positive number. Always remember. For example, I can write 9 is equal to plus 9, 5 is equal to plus 5, and 7 is equal to plus 5. So you don't need to always present plus sign in front of a number until it is required. Absolute value. What is the absolute value? Absolute value describes the distance of a number on the number line from 0 without considering the direction. For example, if I ask you what is the absolute value of minus 9, so can you tell me what is the position of minus 9 from 0? Yes, its position is 9th. So without considering the direction, we will just see the position. So what is the position of minus 9? Is 9th. So the absolute value of minus 9 will be 9. And what is the absolute value of 5? The absolute value of 5 will be 5. Yes. So in simple words, if I say that whenever we find the absolute value of negative integer is always positive, and absolute value of positive integer is always positive. Okay. Now we will learn addition of integers. So before learning addition of integer, there is some important rule. There are two important rules you must know. The first rule is, if both the integers are same sign, then they are added. Yes, if we are adding two integers and they have same sign, then they are added. And second rule is, if both the integers are with different sign, then they are subtracted. Yes, if we are adding two integers with different sign, then they are subtracted. So now let's understand how addition of integer works. Okay, so whenever we add two integers, we always remember two rules. If we are adding integer of same sign, then they are added, and if we are adding two integer of different sign, then they are subtracted. For example, suppose here I am adding plus 3 and plus 2. We have already learnt that plus 2 and 2 is equal thing. Okay, so 3 and 2, what will be the answer? 3 plus 2, it's 5. So that means our answer will be 5. So after getting our answer, what we have to see, our both integers are of positive sign, then our answer will also have a positive sign. Okay, let me take another example. Minus 7, and I have to add minus 5. So if we are adding integer of same sign, then they are added. So I will add them simply. 7 plus 5, that is 12. So our answer will be 12. Now our both integers are of negative sign, that means our answer will also have negative sign. So same rule we can apply on any integer, no matter how big or great our integer is. Okay, so let me take another example of a little bit big integer, like minus 200, and I have to add minus 50. So here what we are seeing here, our both integers are of same sign. So if I add them, 200 plus 50, what I will get? 250. 250. As we can see here, our both integers are of different sign. That means our answer will also have minus sign. I hope you have got the concept. So now we will learn what if we have two integers of different sign. Okay.
Different means same sign.
Pause more. So now you have understood how to add integer with the same sign. Now we will learn how to add integer with the different sign. So let's take another example. I have to add -5 and +2. So what we have learned, whenever we add two integers of different sign, then they are subtracted. That means 5 is negative and 2 is positive. That means they are subtracted. So 5 minus 2, what I will get? 3. So now what you have to remember, we have to see our integer without considering sign. Without considering the sign. So 5 and 2, which is greater? 5 is greater. So now we have to see the 5 has which sign? It has minus sign. That means our answer will also have negative sign. Okay. Take another example. I have to add -7 and +3. As we can see here, both the integer have different sign. If the integer have different sign, then they are subtracted. So I will subtract them. 7 minus 3, 4. So our answer will be 4. Now we have to see what sign our answer will have. So we have to see our integers, both the integer, without considering the sign. 3 and 7. So which is greater? 7. Now we have to see that 7 has which sign? Negative. So our answer will also have negative sign. Okay, let's take another example. +200 and I have to add -50. Okay, so here 200 is positive and 50 is negative. That means both integers have different sign. So I will subtract them. So 200 minus 50, what I will get? 150. Okay. So now what we have to see without considering our integers, 50 and 200, which is greater? 200 is greater. So now we have to see 200 has which sign? Plus sign. So our answer will also have plus sign. That's it. So adding two integer is very easy, as you can see here. So we have learned how to add integers. Now we will learn how to subtract integers. Okay, now we have understood how to add two integers. Now we will learn how to subtract two integers. Okay. So here, let's take me an example. Suppose I have to subtract -3 from 5. Okay. I have to subtract -3 from 5. So how I will subtract? So I will write like this. So here one thing you have to remember. Okay. Whenever we are subtracting two integers, the subtraction sign between them, we will convert it into opposite sign. Okay. Like this. Minus sign will be converted into plus, and whenever we convert our minus sign into plus, the sign in the bracket will also be converted. Okay. Here the sign is minus, so it will be converted into plus sign. Suppose there will be a sign of plus, then it will be converted into minus sign. Okay. So now see what's happening here. 5 plus 3. So now we can apply our addition rule. So we are adding two integers with the same sign. As we can see here, 5 has no sign, then 5 has which sign? Positive sign. I can write like this. Like this. Okay. So here we can apply our addition rule. We are adding two integers of same sign. That means 5 plus 3, 8. And our integer have same sign. That means our answer will also be positive. Now let me take another example. Okay. Now I have to subtract 7 from -12. Okay. So how I will write? -12 minus plus 7. Okay, I can write this like, okay. So now what we are seeing here, so what I tell you, convert this minus sign into plus, and there will be no changes. Okay, in first integer there will be no change. So minus 12. Whenever I convert this minus sign into plus, the sign in the bracket will also be converted. Here now we can apply our addition rule. So if we are adding two integers with the same sign, then our answer, then what happens? They are added. So 12 plus 17, 17, 7. So 12 plus 7 is 19. So our answer will be 19. And as we can see, our both integers are negative, so our answer will also be negative. Easy? Okay, so we have learned how to add two integers and how to subtract two integers. We know how to add and subtract integers. Now we will learn how to multiply two integers. So class, we have understood how to add or subtract two integers. Now we will learn how to multiply two integers. Okay, so we have to multiply as we do, and there's nothing we have to do. Just one thing you have to remember: if we are multiplying two integers, if the two integers are of positive sign, that means if both the integers are of positive, then our result will be positive. If we are multiplying two integers of negative sign, then our result will again be positive. Okay, if we are multiplying two integers, just suppose our first integer is positive and other integer is negative, then our answer will be negative. And if we are multiplying two integer and first integer is negative and other integer is positive, then our result will be negative. So what we are seeing here, if we are multiplying two integer of same sign, then our result is positive, and if we are multiplying two integer of different sign, then our result is negative. Okay, so let's take an example. Here I am multiplying minus 2 and minus 5. So what we have to do, we have to just multiply as we do, like 2 into 5. What I will get? 10. So our answer is 10. Now what we are seeing here, if we are multiplying two integers of same sign, then our answer will be positive. Okay, let's take another example. If I am multiplying plus 3 by minus 2, plus 2, then our if we are multiplying two integers of same sign, then our answer will be 6, and our result will be in positive. Okay, let's third example. Just suppose our first integer is minus 5 and other integer is plus 2. So what we have to do, we have to just multiply as we do. 5 into 2, 10. As we can see here, we are multiplying two integers of different sign. That means one integer is negative and another integer is positive, then our result will be negative. Okay, now if I am multiplying plus 15 with minus 2, then what will be the result? 15 into 2, 30. And here we are multiplying two integers of different sign. That means one integer is positive and another integer is negative, then our result will be negative. So as we can see, multiplication is a bit easy than addition and subtraction. Learned how to add, subtract and multiply integers. Now we will learn how to divide integers. Oh, okay class, we have learned how to add, subtract and multiply two integers. Now we will learn how to divide two integers. So in division, you have to apply all the rule which you have used in multiplication. That means if I am dividing two integers of positive sign, then our result will be positive. If I am dividing two integers of negative sign, then our result will be again positive. If I am dividing two integers, just suppose one integer is positive and another integer is negative, then our result will be negative. And if I am dividing one integer is negative and another integer is positive, then our result will be negative. That means if we are dividing integer with the same sign, then our result will be positive, and if we are dividing integer with different sign, then our result will be negative. Okay, so let's take an example. Let's suppose I am dividing plus 6 by plus 3. Can you divide 6 by 3? What is the answer? 3 to the 6. So our answer will be 2. Now can you tell me our answer will be positive or negative? Yes, positive. Why? Because both the integers are positive, or we can also say both the integers are of same sign. That means so our result will be positive. Okay, let me take another example of this rule. We have to divide minus 12 by minus 3. Again, both the integers are of same sign. That means both are negative. 3 fours are 12, and if both the integers are negative, that means if both the integers are of same sign, then our result will be positive. Simple. Okay, let me take another example. Plus 15. If I am dividing plus 15 by minus 3, then 3 fives are 15. As we can see here, our both integers are of different sign. That means our result will be negative. Okay. If I take minus 20 and I have to divide it by plus 5. 5 fours are 20. As we can see here, both the integers are of different sign. That means our result will be negative. So easy. So as we have learned that the operation in integers are very easy. Okay. So let's sum up our chapter. Today what we have learned what are integers. Integers are the combination of all the whole number and negative of natural numbers. We represent negative number by minus sign and positive number by plus sign. Okay, then we learn some properties of integers, where we learn that all the number which are on the right side is always greater than which are number on the left side. If I ask you which is greater, minus 3 or minus 4, if we represent minus 3 and minus 4 on the number line, now minus 3 is on the right side of minus 4. That means minus 3 is greater than minus 4. Okay, then we learn absolute value. Absolute value represent the distance from the 0. If I ask you absolute value of minus 5, it will be 5. Okay, in simple words, if I say that absolute value of all the negative integer is positive and absolute value of all the positive integer is remain same. Okay, then we learn some fundamental operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of integers. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Till then, miles to go.